Today we would venture to Capitol Reef Park and hike Hickman Bridge. This is where we spent the night, and it was a cool morning when we got up, and Kelly was still trying to get over the fact that a half-gallon of milk cost almost $5. As we traveled to Capitol Reef Park, most of the leaves had already fallen off the aspens, but there were a few locations where it looked like they were still on fire. But Kelly was still talking about the milk. I soon had to drop him off, left him to hitchhike and cry as he waited for his wife to come pick him up. We passed some interesting landscape as we finally made it to Hickman Bridge. Popular hike. Parking lot was full. We actually had to park on the street. This is a video of us walking down the trail. This is the actual trail we're on. Spectacular scenery. What was the name of this place we just went to?
Something Bridge.
He doesn't know either, but it was cool. Obviously, I ended up taking Kelly. Didn't leave him out there for his wife to pick him up. I probably should have, but at any rate, on to Hickman Bridge. This was a little spot where I didn't know if those were petroglyphs or if Kelly just failed to wash his hands after a greasy pizza. Before long, we had our first view of the natural bridge. That's Kelly taking a picture, and that's me taking a selfie. It's quite an impressive span of rocks, and we spent some time there. Kelly sat under the bridge contemplating life again. I think he likes to do that a lot. I think actually he was still thinking about the price of milk. But after a while, he finally left from underneath the bridge, took a couple last pictures, and then it was time for the hike back. But before that, he found a hole where he could take a little nap. Or maybe he was just finding protection from the falling rocks. At any rate, it was back on the road to see what we could see. Just spectacular scenery. Colorful rocks as we travel from pines to aspen to desert. If you look closely along the road up in the rocks, you might spot some mountain sheep. Here on the shady side, what do you see? There's a young one checking us out to see what we're doing. Did you see those? A couple more on the sunny side of the road. And then it was to see petroglyphs. These were actually about the size of an actual person. Cool to see these carvings into the side of the rock. Kelly ventured off the trail a little further. We actually found these. I don't know if they're real, but it's marked 1886. But for some reason, I've always enjoyed the petroglyphs. And then it was on to an scenic ride through Capitol Reef. The towering mountains are just spectacular. Well, most of the road is paved. There are a couple non-paved roads that go to some different trails or sites.
I mean, this is incredible.
I think I had to agree with Kelly's assessment. It's hard to get the perspective of the actual size of these mountains. Just the beauty of the area. We were starting to get a little bit hungry, and so once we were done with the drive, we stopped for some Mexican food, heading back to our hotel, past the Aspens. A couple little stops, but you know, we still had a couple hours of daylight, so we decided, let's go for another hike. What's nearby? And we see that Calf Creek Falls, so let's head there. It was only about a 3-mile round-trip hike, and the sun was starting to get low, but we're the old guys, so we figured we had time to get it in. It was mostly downhill to get to the falls, just spectacular looking down. There was a trail from the upper falls that would take you to the bottom, but we knew we didn't have time to complete that on this day. Kelly!
Oh, I thought you said Kelly, stop.
You're nuts!
Yeah, I'm done as far as I'm going. I just want to...
I'm not sure what he wanted to do, but he got awful close to the edge, and it was a long way down. But beautiful view. We snapped off our pictures as best we could, and you can see the sun's about down, and we still had a mile and a half hike out. A lot tougher going out than coming in, but we made it.